The Galactic Defense Academy's firing range stretched across 3 hectares of reinforced durasteel, built to withstand weapons that could vaporize mountains. Instructor Vex Thor, a towering Krathari with 4 arms and chitinous armor plating, stood before the assembled cadets with his usual air of superiority. "This," he announced, his mandibles clicking with satisfaction, "is the K-90 Plasma Accelerator. Standard issue for heavy assault units across 17 systems." Leo watched from the back row as Vex Thor hefted the massive weapon. Even with the instructor's considerable strength and 4 arms, the rifle looked unwieldy. Its barrel was as thick as Leo's thigh, and the power core alone probably weighed more than his entire pack. "The recoil force," Vex Thor continued, "generates 340 newtons of backward thrust. The weapon itself masses 47 kilograms. No cadet in this academy's history has ever qualified with this weapon in their first year." His multifaceted eyes swept across the crowd. "Most species cannot even lift it." Lisa stood beside Leo, her arms crossed. She'd been his friend since Earth's first cohort arrived at the Academy 6 months ago. While other species had been traveling the stars for millennia, humanity had only just earned their invitation to the Galactic Defense Initiative after repelling a Zarkesh scouting party with nothing but primitive kinetic weapons and stubbornness. "He loves this speech," Lisa muttered. "Same superiority complex. Different weapon," Leo nodded. Vex Thor had made it clear from day one that he considered humans a mistake. Too fragile, too weak, too new to warfare on a galactic scale. The fact that Earth's gravity was nearly double that of most civilized worlds meant nothing to him. The fact that humans had evolved as persistence predators, capable of running their prey to exhaustion across vast distances, was dismissed as irrelevant. "Now," Vex Thor said, "who wishes to embarrass themselves first?" The cadet beside Leo, a Threxian with crystalline skin, stepped forward. It took him nearly a minute just to lift the rifle to chest height, his 3 legs trembling. He managed to brace it against the firing platform and squeeze off one shot before the recoil sent him stumbling backward. Vex Thor's mandibles clicked in what Leo had learned to recognize as laughter. Adequate. Next. One by one, cadets attempted the challenge. A Grenthian with tentacles for arms managed 3 shots, using all 6 appendages. A hulking Mordax, twice Leo's size, fired 5 rounds before his arm gave out. Each attempt was met with Vex Thor's condescending commentary. "Pathetic. Is this truly your best? Perhaps you should return to the nursery." Lisa's jaw clenched. Leo recognized that look. She was calculating something. Before he could ask, she leaned in close. "What's Earth's gravity again?" she whispered. 9.8 meters per second squared. "Why? And the Academy's standard?" 5.2. "Lisa, what are you?" But she was already moving toward the front, her hand raised. "Instructor Vex Thor. I'd like to attempt the qualification." The firing range fell silent. Vex Thor's mandibles twitched with what might have been amusement. "The human female wishes to try? Very well. Provide us with entertainment before the meal break." Lisa approached the weapon station, and Leo felt his stomach knot. He'd seen her at the gym, watched her casually bench press weights that made other species gasp. But this was different. This was in front of everyone, with Vex Thor waiting to mock her failure. She picked up the K-90 with both hands, testing its weight. For a moment, she just stood there, feeling the balance. Then, she did something that made Leo's eyes widen. She switched her grip to one hand. "Cadet, you are required to use proper form," Vex Thor began. Lisa raised the rifle one-handed, her arm steady despite the weapon's mass. Her body adjusted, weight shifting in a way that Leo recognized from their old high school shooting club back in Colorado. She'd been state champion 3 years, running with rifles a fraction of this size. The first shot lit up the range with blue plasma. The recoil would have broken the wrist of most species. Lisa absorbed it, her entire body acting as a shock system, and fired again. 2 shots. 3. 4. Vex Thor's mandibles hung open. 5. 6. 7. The other cadets were standing now, pressing forward to see. Some were recording on their personal devices. 8. 9. Lisa's arm trembled slightly, but her aim remained true. Each shot found the center mass of the target downrange. 10. She lowered the weapon and set it carefully back on the rack. When she turned to face Vex Thor, there wasn't a trace of smugness on her face, just the calm professionalism of someone who'd completed a task. "Qualification complete, sir," she said. The instructor stared at her for a long moment. His mandibles clicked rapidly, a sign of confusion. Leo had learned. That is impossible. The recoil alone should have broken my wrist, Lisa offered. "Sir, with respect, I grew up in 1G pulling ranch fence. My grandfather's hunting rifle had more kick than this. Relatively speaking, the weight is distributed differently than Earth weapons, but the principle is the same." Leo couldn't hold back his grin as he stepped forward. "Also, sir, you might want to recalibrate your assessment metrics. Humans don't just live in high gravity, we're built for it. Our bones are denser. Our muscles optimized for constant resistance. What's heavy here is normal to us. What's normal here is light." Vex Thor looked between them, then at the assembled cadets. For the first time since Leo had arrived at the academy, he saw something new in the instructor's multifaceted eyes. Respect. Or perhaps it was concern. "I see," Vex Thor said slowly. "It appears the Academy's briefing on human physiology was incomplete." Lisa smiled then. "Just a little. We're full of surprises, sir. We longing." As they returned to formation, Leo caught the whispers spreading through the crowd. The Threxian cadet looked at him with new eyes. The Grenthian actually stepped aside to make room. Even the Mordax nodded with what might have been approval. "You know," Leo murmured to Lisa, "I think you just changed how every species here sees humans." "Good," she replied. "Maybe now they'll stop putting our equipment lockers on the bottom shelf." That evening, as news of Lisa's feat spread through the Academy's data networks, Leo sat in the common area and watched the recording that had already been viewed 10,000 times. In the comments, beings from across the galaxy were asking the same questions. What else can humans do? How strong are they really? Should we be worried? Leo smiled and closed his datapad. Let them wonder. Let them recalculate. Humanity had spent millennia proving doubters wrong on their own world. Doing it across the galaxy would be no different. After all, they were only getting started.